actually have an identity? Who are you? What makes you different from the person you're sitting next to? And how would you describe yourself? Well, I'm Eisha, and there are at least 5 other Eishas in the school. Nothing unique, just a casual. I'm year 12 and I go to Kendrick, just like the 96 others in my year. I wear a hijab, but still not getting there. What about A-levels? I do biology, chemistry, maths, the typical Kendrick trio. Still not getting there and nothing special. So what is identity? Because currently, I'm exactly the same as 10 others. And there are 10 other people just like me. So the psychological definition of identity is the qualities, beliefs, personality, looks, expressions that make up a person. So when you're younger, your views and your beliefs are dependent on what you hear around you from the people like your parents or your friends. But as you grow older, you start to create your own judgements due to increased independence, and you begin to challenge others' views portrayed by the media. A lot of things that apparently define you, like your name, where you live, and the subjects you take, could be things that are not completely always chosen by you. Your name is chosen by your parents, but it defines you as a person. People choose to judge you according to where you live, but this is a decision that you probably did not make. Also, the subjects you pick. The subjects that you pick are easily affected by what your friends pick, and the subjects that are stereotyped to be the good ones, and what your Asian parents want you to take. The person you end up becoming in later life is dependent on the choices that you make currently. When you're 11, 14, 16. 11. This is the first milestone you take, choosing what secondary school to go to. 14. This is where you choose what subjects you want to do for GCSE, which automatically narrows down your choices for A-level and does affect your career pathway. 16. The most important choice made in secondary school. Your A-levels. A decision that you only have a few months to make to decide what you may want to do for the rest of your life. Are you really old enough to make these choices? We can lose our identity due to social pressure. The media tells us what to do, what music to listen to, what to wear, and how to live our lives. These are things that you think make up your identity, but clearly are not. But when there are a million other people following the same trend as you, how can it solely define you? Does your personality express you as a person? Can your thought process, your behaviour, your reactions be the same as someone else's? I want to discuss something that we are all victims of, but something that we all are guilty of: judgment. We all do it. It's human nature, and we all are victims of it 24/7. It doesn't take long for someone to form an opinion about someone. This is why we're constantly reminded about the importance of first impressions. It's easy to judge someone without looking through their perspective. We don't realise how one's judgment can affect our identity and us. You judge someone who does drugs or have committed a crime, but you don't always realise what they've been through, their mindset, and whether they're being forced to do an act, or whether they're being pressured. It might not always be a personal choice. It might be the only escape choice, and the only escape for them. They could be forced to do something by someone else, and we would still judge them for their actions without thinking twice. Due to judgments and assumptions, people are portrayed differently, and we are unable to see their true personality. An energetic person or an excessively happy person in your class might not be the same when they get home. They might be internally facing anxiety and depression. We've covered up something and acted differently in order to not be judged by someone, to be someone you're not. By covering up your true self, you're creating a misleading identity. Hence, your personality does not always define you. Identity is a social construct to define the ideology and the value system, but it doesn't define you as a person and who you are. Despite all of that, we cannot get rid of our identity, so therefore we should make it our own, unique, individual, and distinctive. Like Oscar Wilde once said, be yourself, because everyone else is already taken. It's very easy to lose your identity by blending into the crowd or letting others' decisions or views define you. I'm here to remind you, be who you want to be, not what somebody else wants you to be. Do not lose yourself in the crowd. Make yourself stand out. Be different, because like Woods once said, everyone else is already taken. Thank you.